Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Tuesday, the 23rd of November, 2021. We're publishing our gold and silver daily update news and economic data. Before we look at what happened today, a quick shout out to a video we produced on Sunday, which was our weekly update, gold and silver weekly review and next week's forecast, and we've placed a link below. Gold and silver were hit again today by the prospect of a hawkish Fed moving forward and a Jerome Powell having been renominated by President Biden. So let's take a look. Welcome to Illuminati Silver. It's Tuesday, the 23rd of November 2021 at 18:55. We mentioned in yesterday's video, and as a reminder to those who perhaps didn't listen to yesterday's, unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond my control, I've had to attend various meetings during the course of this week and next week in the city, which means I'm not able to produce the morning update, and therefore I'm going to do my utmost to produce one each evening. And this is Tuesdays. Now we can see that as far as the headlines are concerned, power prices surge as Arctic blast brings snow to Europe. And there's quite a bit on cryptocurrencies and what's happening to the markets in general. For example, Bitcoin once again is a risk asset and no haven. Speculative stocks on Monday had a rough day, as did Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. To some market watchers, that's no coincidence. The 100-day correlation coefficient of Bitcoin, the S&P 500, stands at 0.33, among the highest readings of the year. That means when stocks move up, Bitcoin's likely to do the same, and vice versa. And we'll see in a moment that Bitcoin has actually gone up a little bit today, and so has the Dow Jones. What's perhaps more pertinent is traders dial back inflation fears as bets mount on hawkish Fed. Now, we announced yesterday that Jerome Powell has been renominated as the Fed governor, and it's reported now this evening bond traders reduced their US inflation expectations for a fifth straight day as the US president's decision to renominate Jerome Powell as head of the Federal Reserve helped reinforce expectations that the central bank will act more sternly to stem consumer price gains. Market implied forecasts for inflation have fallen back from record highs set earlier this month, and traders have upped their pricing of tighter policy next year, as officials, including Richard Clarida, have signalled that the Fed might increase the pace at which it tapers its bond purchases. Now, this was the suspicion that we had. Not necessarily you're going to have higher rates sooner, but the bond purchase tapering may happen faster. And if that does happen, it does, we have to admit, bring forward the prospect of higher rates sooner. However, we think that the Fed is going to give itself enough time to make sure that the economy does not enter into recession and therefore find themselves in the position of raising rates in the middle of a recession. But we shall wait and see what happens there. BBC News, US to release oil reserves in a bid to lower prices. Turkish lira dives 15% as president defies critics. Online giant AO warns of Christmas product shortages, and failed energy firms will hike bills according to the power boss, including Scottish Power. And Italy fines Apple and Amazon over Beats headphones, and high fees hit the US Constitution bidder refunds. Haven't got time to go into that, but that's the main news in the UK. In the United States, jury begins deliberation in Arbery death trial. Parade incidents driver to be charged with homicide. Witnesses recount how SUV mowed down parade goers, and it's all about violence and guns, unfortunately. However, what is interesting to note is the dollar index, now at 96.5, but earlier today it's been as high as 96.6, well above the 96 level and heading towards ultimately 97. It's pulled back just a little, but it's still holding extremely strongly. As mentioned, now energy crisis has pushed oil prices up, putting Brent crude now well into the $80 level at 82, and WTI crude knocking on the door at $78.67. Stocks, equity markets, well, The Asia-Pacific markets obviously closed many hours ago and were broadly mixed. The US and the European and UK markets have closed now, and we've got the Euro Stoxx index down 54. The FTSE's up 11 though, but the DAX is down 178. So broadly down over 1%. US markets still open. The Dow is currently up 0.38%, but the S&P is down 0.5 and the Nasdaq is down 1.1. Economic data, I'm still waiting to see the flash PMIs. I think they have been announced, but it's not showing here. I'll cover those in more detail tomorrow, together with this plethora of other economic data that is due to come out. Tomorrow's a key day. But I have to say that this concern now over a more strict Fed and the rise in the dollar has severely hit gold and silver once again. With gold down 1% at $1,700 and basically $87. It's down $19 over the last 24 hours. And silver is down 2.71% at $23.50. And that's down 66 cents in the last 24 hours. And we can see it is knocking on our thresholds for the week that we predicted on the weekend. And it'll be interesting now to see whether it'll firm up a little or whether it will continue its decline. But once again, it just puts into sharp contrast why you should not believe the pumpers. And I know we keep banging on about this, but we have seen so many people's economic and investment strategies destroyed by believing the pumpers that these are going to the moon. They're not going to the moon any time soon. One day, but not yet. And now, with the prospect of increasing rates, I'm sorry, the headwinds are too strong currently. And it will take a severe, huge black swan to change that in the short term. Cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin staging a bit of a recovery, up 1.4% at $57,556. And the market cap is up 1.46%, almost the same as Bitcoin, in fact, at $2.6 trillion. That's it for now. We're going to keep these as short as we can. Hope you've enjoyed it, even though perhaps for those holding large amounts of gold and silver, it's not good news. But if you're thinking of buying it, then perhaps it's a little bit better. Thank you for listening. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, press the bell sign. Until tomorrow, have a great evening. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.